I've heard that Philly quietly, quietly could be a suitor for Jimmy Butler, and a Paul George for Jimmy, sort of straight up. Not, I don't think they make exactly the same, but theoretically, it would be a Jimmy for Paul George swap. I believe I've heard this, that Joel Embiid, who still loves Jimmy Butler, is pushing for them to reacquire Jimmy Butler, knowing that Jimmy is out there. But here's the other side of that, Jay Adande. Paul George was told by management or ownership, we wouldn't trade you year one of this deal. So there's so many different iterations. I'm not saying that Joel Embiid is pushing for Paul George to be traded. I'm saying that Joel Embiid is pushing for them to acquire his buddy, Jimmy Butler. But can you even trust Joel Embiid, who can't get on the floor?
Yeah, for Jimmy Butler, is that what you'd want to sign up for? Is that where you would find your joy? He wasn't wearing Philadelphia 76ers colorway shoes, right? He's wearing those Phoenix Suns colorways. He also might just want to be warm at this stage in his life too.
Yeah.
He's been playing in Miami. He's hoping to go to Phoenix. He's got a crib out in California. Like he might, I've been thinking about that too. Like you reach a point where warmth matters more than anything else. When I have the option to go somewhere, I'm going somewhere warm. I don't want to be cold of my own volition. I'm cold because I have to be, either work or whatever makes me cold. But I'm not going to go on vacation somewhere that's cold and snowy. No, I want to be on a beach somewhere. So I think Jimmy Butler is at that stage of life where I want to be on a beach somewhere, or at the very least, I want to be outside, working on my tan, poolside or oceanside, somewhere near water in January and February. That's what I'm trying to be. So I think he's at that stage. But I just don't see. It's funny. I could. Is that what you want from Miami? Don't you think Miami needs to think younger? Are they in a right now? Your only reason you're right now is because you have Jimmy Butler.
Pat Riley is Jerry Jones. We crack on Jerry Jones' old ass all the time for stuff that he says and then stuff that he does. Pat they're in the same everything. They went to high school together. I don't know if they really did go to high school together, as in high school at the same time. But this ain't Pat Riley of 1987 with the, slick back black hair. This is Pat Riley that is, in his late 70s, J.A.?
He's almost 80. Yeah. Knocking on the door at 80.
There isn't he's at the stage where he's getting a statue. He's actually getting a statue in L.A.
Court is named after him, right?
All of that type of stuff. So he's at that, I'm getting my flowers, which I have no problem with. I'm glad we are giving the Pat Rileys of the world, the stewards of the game, their flowers. But as opposed to, as it applies, to team building, I don't think the Heat have the stomach for a rebuild. Maybe they want picks. I've heard that they could entertain draft picks as opposed to, okay, we need a player for player swap because clearly this Jimmy thing has gotten out of control. Is Paul George a player that you can get? I still think I'm with you, J.A. I think Phoenix is still the play. They don't seem to have necessarily the stomach for a Bradley Beal contract, which I understand. It just doesn't feel like an easy solution.